back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mackenzie and I am the owner of MackieCrochets. In this video, I will be sharing my market results of my recent 2-day market. And man, I just have to tell you, it is my overall best market yet. And this was my 6th market and it was just crazy how busy it was. And I am just so happy because I had so much fun besides like 2 things that happened, but I will explain later on in the video. But so let's get started with my market results. Now I have been back for about a week now and I was gonna record a video, but I forgot that I made a few new items for this market. So I completely forgot to write down how much yarn, how much stuffing, and like how much time it took for me to make those items, so I could not calculate my material costs properly. So I had to remake those items and redo all my calculations so I could get an accurate profit cost and overall material cost for this market breakdown video. So, but I just wanted to explain like a couple of things about this market before I get into it. I would totally do it again next year. I just had so much fun. I was not expecting this 2-day market to be so busy. It was busier than the last market I did in the last video. I will put a picture and link up here. Go ahead and go watch that. That one was also a really good market. But this one, I was just completely baffled. Both days were for 10 o'clock in the morning and it went till 4 p.m. But I was setting up probably around 8:30 when I got there, and there was already people walking around and they were looking at people's booths, and I didn't even have any of my plushies out on the table yet, and people were already like coming into my booth and just looking at what I had in my bin. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not completely set up, but if you could come back in maybe like an hour or two, I'm gonna be completely set up and you can come and look. But I was just pretty stressed out because there's already like quite a few people coming in and out of my booth, and I was just trying to focus on getting ready and trying to price some of my newer items. I didn't put the price tags on them, and there was a lot of kids coming in and out of my booth like picking up stuff, and like I was just I mean, I don't mind that the kids come in, but I just can't watch them at the same time if I'm setting up. Overall, I had a lot of fun. Like I said, it was just, I cannot believe, but it was super hot as well. I didn't have the back set up to my canopy just because I didn't set it up. Plus, I forgot to bring my sides. So this one, I will be bringing all of my sides to my canopy because the sun came in and I got a pretty good sunburn on my arm. And yeah, that was not fun. I believe I was the only crocheter for this event as well. I think there was around 120 vendors there, but I walked around a little bit. I did not get any recordings for this market at all, just because how busy it was. Like every time I went to go pick up my phone to record a clip like video, I had a bunch of people walk into my booth and I just didn't want to be rude, so I just turned off my phone and greeted them and just talked to them. But yeah, but I walked around. It was pretty big park. It was up north. It was quite it was like 2 hours away, so it was quite a distance, but I didn't mind driving because it was just worth it. And I don't mind driving to these markets just because like I don't really have as many like local craft fairs around me. So this is my booth setup for day 1. I still didn't have a couple of plushies out just because I was finishing up sewing, or I just didn't take them out my bin yet. But yeah, here's day 1 before the market started. And here's the following clip of day 1 after. I was kind of shocked at how many like plushies I sold that day. My $5 bin for my octos did really well, but my whales did not do that well. I mean, I sold a couple, but they didn't do as well as my octos until the second day. And here's the clip for the second day after video. I forgot to record the before, but it was basically the same as the previous clip, but I sold so much that day. All my chickens pretty much sold, and then my $5 bins and a couple of other things sold, but I was so pleased with the results. Yeah, I was going to make a video of my first sale. I think it was around, I can't remember, I think it was around 9:45ish, so 15 minutes before we opened, I made a sale. It was one of my booth neighbors. She was super nice. She bought a few things for me from the 2 days. She was just super nice. I love meeting people. I also met a lot of crocheters there too, and I got to tell them about my free patterns on my YouTube channel. If you don't know about those, you can go check those out. I have a couple of tutorials. Plus, I just recently posted a new pattern on my Instagram. It's this chubby frog. I'll put a picture up here. But yeah, go check that out as well. Alright, so let's get started on breakdown results for this market. So I bought 245 items and I sold 160, which was insane. So that's about 63% of my market inventory, but I just could not believe how much I sold and how well I did. I was just not expecting it at all because I haven't been to this market yet. So it was just kind of a new experience for me, and it was super fun. Okay, so my first item that I made was my $5 bin baby octopi. I brought 15 of those. I sold all 15, and I sell those for $5 each. Next item is one of my newer items. I made 10 baby Rexes. They're like these small little baby Rex, T-Rex dinos, whatever you want to call them. But I sold those for $12 each, and I sold 7 of those. My next item are my baby whales. Those are another one of my $5 bin items. I brought 15 of those and I sold all 15. My next items were my bee crochet kits. I make my own DIY crochet kits. I have the tutorial here on my channel. I brought 5 of those and I sold 4, and I priced those for $23 each. My next item I have are my bee keychains. I brought 10 of those and I sold 7 of them, and I sell my keychains for $10 each. For my next item, I had chicken nugget keychains. Those were also $10 each, and I brought 3 of those and I sold all 3. For my next item, I brought chickens. I priced those for $15 each. I had 20 and I sold 19. I couldn't believe how well my chickens did for this market. I actually had this cute family come, and they bought each color, and they kept like coming back for like both days too. I think they were one of the booth vendors there, but it was just so cute. For my next item are my cows. I only made 4 this time. Normally I make 8, 2 of each color I have, but I didn't have enough time, so I only made 4, and I sold all 4 of them. I priced those for $32 each. For my next item, it's a newer item that I made ducks. I wanted to get on the duck trend, but I made 3 of those and I sold all 3, and I priced those for $15 each. For my next item is also a newer item, but not entirely new. My smaller axolotls are always such a big hit now, and I wanted to make like bigger ones, so I made larger axolotls, and I sell those for $22 each. I only brought 2 just because I didn't know how well they would do, and I sold both. For my next item, I made leggy frog keychains. I made 10 of those and I sold 2 of those, and I priced those for $10 each. For my next item are my medium bees. Those are another one of my popular items. I brought 5 of those and I sold all 5, and I priced those for $20 each. For my next item are my medium turtles. I priced those for $20 each as well, and I made 2 and I sold both. For my next item are my mushroom pop keychains. Those haven't been doing the greatest for me, but this time they were making some kind of improvement. But I had 10 of those and I sold 4, and I priced those for $10 each. For my next item are my mushrooms. I priced those for $15 each. I brought 12 of those and I sold 10. For my next item, they're normally not my popular item, but I made octopi and I priced those for $12 each, and I sold 4 out of 11. For my next item are my octopus keychains. Those are my pattern here on my channel. You can find the tutorial. I priced those for $10 each. I made 12 and I sold 3. For my next item, I made a rooster. I was just kind of fooling around with one of the chickens and I just added a little like tail feathers and a little, I don't remember what this part is called, but the little red thing on their necks. I only made one of those. I priced them for $18 and I sold them. I was so happy. That person who bought them actually bought a hen to go with them, which was cute. For my next item are my small axolotls. I priced those for $16 each. I brought 10 and I sold 9. For my next item are my small bees. I had 5 and I sold all 5 and I priced those for $12. For my next item are my small chicken nuggets. I priced those for $15 and I sold 1 out of 4. For my next item are like my smaller octopuses that I make out of my Bernat blanket yarn. I had 10 of those and I sold 2 and I priced those for $12 each. For my next item are my small pickles. I sell those for $12 and I brought 3 and I sold all 3. For my next item is a newer item for me. It's just a bigger version of my baby Rex, but I brought 2 of those and I sold both and I priced those for $16. For my next item are my small turtles. I priced those for $16 each as well. I brought 10 and I sold 7 of them. For my next item are my strawberry keychains. I bought 3 and I sold 2 and I priced those for $10 each. For my next item are my strawberry mushrooms. I brought 6 and I sold all 6 and I priced those for $16. My next item is a newer item. They are my stress pets. They were just these squishy plushies I filled with all my scrap yarn and it made them super squishy. I sell those for $6 and I brought 5 and I sold all 5. For my next and last item are my little whale keychains. I brought 4 and I sold 1 and I priced those for $10 each. Now, for the numbers you have all been waiting for. So my booth fee for both days was $245, which was not bad at all. It was totally worth going. It was kind of a little bit far for me, but I did not mind the drive at all. But my credit card fees for my Squarespace was $39.49, and my materials for everything that I sold was $303.26. And my total cash sales was $785. My total credit card sales was $1,280, making my total profit of $1,477.25. So about 65% of my inventory sold, and I just cannot believe how well this market went, and I had a lot of fun. I met a lot of nice people. Everyone was super supportive and nice, you know. I did have overall one incident that I was never like expecting to happen. It was like 2 hours before I was gonna close on the second day of my market. I had these 2 like girls come in. They were like either 10 or 12, I couldn't tell, but they were checking out my table and just playing with some of the stuff that I had out, and one of the girls just she just pulled up her dress and like started to pee like right next to my table. When I said something, she just said something spilled up there, and oh my god, I was just embarrassed, you know, because someone just walked in my booth and started peeing. Someone who's old enough to know that they shouldn't be doing that. I mean, I know that people have accidents, but like the parents weren't around either, and they kind of just booked after that, like they knew what they did. But I mean, I'm just happy that she didn't like do it on like my table or my tablecloths, and like wasn't really like touching anything after that. But I just wasn't expecting something like that to happen like ever. I did have another incident though. I had these two kids come to my booth. They each bought something, but after they started walking out, one of the kids actually grabbed like one of my smaller items and like booked it. I eventually like got them and I told the parents, and the parents started to yell at me and they refused to pay for what the kids stole. So they only gave me a couple of dollars for that item, which I was trying to explain to them won't cover materials and like the time I put into this item, but they did not care. And they just started to yell at me even more, and I didn't want to cause a scene, especially this was my first time at this market and it was the first day and I didn't want to ruin the rest of my day, so I just let it go. But 2 hours later, they actually came back to my table and started to harass me. Like, they were yelling at me, calling me like nasty names. And thankfully my mom was there and she told them off, and they eventually like left, but I just couldn't believe that either. I've never had something like that happen, but I didn't let it like bug me too much just because I had a really good time at this market overall. Yeah, thank you so much guys for watching today's video. Your support and love means everything to me. If you haven't, go check out my Instagram. I have some free patterns I just released on there and some other content. But yeah, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope this helped you guys decide what you want to make for your next market. I had a lot of bestsellers for this one, but normally my bestsellers are my $5 bin items and like my bigger items like my cows. Those are always a hit, and my axolotls are always a hit as well. But thank you so much guys for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.